Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the Thursday 12th of August. Also just need to point out that I've got to go get my second jab today at 10 o'clock, so that's going to interrupt my video making. So some of the other videos will be a little bit later in the day, but hopefully I can get out. Well, I've done the S&P and this is the Australian and hopefully the Bitcoin, and I'll do the others a little bit later. Okay, so for the ASX here, we're still cranking higher thanks to the banks, and resources are still softer as the commodities are still searching for new lows. So yeah, stock traders need to be on the banking side, and let's go in and have a look. So on the weekly chart here, we're looking at wave 1 and 2, and nice 5-wave sequence up for wave 3, 4 and 5. Now that can be the top of the market, but I'm sort of being a little bit hopeful in that we've got wave 1 and 2 here based off the larger commodity cycle that's unfolding. So this wave 3 here is going to be pretty much in line with the European and the US markets as well. So we'll try to tie them all in together, but they don't all top the same. They're leaders and there's followers, but anything big news that comes out that pins that top, which will be probably, well, they just find the latest news at that particular point in time and blame that, don't they? So anyway, we'll just continue up here on that's weekly. Let's just go to the daily chart here. So from wave 4 here to wave 5 here, we've got wave 4 and 5, and we're looking for 5 waves within the sequence here. And this is the same as the finance sector. So we're using CommBank just as a reference point. It's about 9 or 10% of the index. So let's just cruise in here a little bit further. What do I normally use here for our chart? Probably okay. Okay, so yeah, so from this blue wave 4 minute degree here, we've got minuet 1 and 2 here. And as I've mentioned before, some of the counting that I've got in here may not be right, but tying it into CommBank, which is what we've been doing and will continue to do. So we still don't have. We'll compare the two of them in a moment, but this is basically what we're looking for here. How high will we go here? I don't quite know, but still further upside. So trend traders, hold banks, hold the ASX, and we will be moving higher. Of course, I mentioned yesterday that we were approaching the 76, or we're at the 76, and we will see a reaction from there. So we can expect the classic trading levels pattern to be at that 76. So we've already got the arrival, we're having the reaction here, and now we'll be looking for the first high above the level for this. It's short-term traders. You'd have to be very short-term to trade. You're better off sort of, getting out here and getting back in over this side here, so to speak. Unless you're doing 4 or 5 trades a day, you can trade that up here. But otherwise, just hold, and we'll try to buy the pullback over here for that as well. So we can see that just briefly here, we've got the arrival, the reaction from here, and we'll be looking for the first high above the level here, and then the ABC for this particular move. Probably we'll compare that to CBA as well, so I'll just need to double check that. And then wave 5 up here for wave 3, and then we'll have wave 4. If wherever wave 4 pulls back here, we'll probably need to look at that back here as well. So I'll just bring these down here. I don't want you to feel too hopeful in things, so I've got to kind of pull on the reins a little bit. So put that there. Do we have this on the hourly chart? Probably, but with a rough sort of count on this. But I think the main point here is that we're looking for that classic trading levels pattern at this particular point. Why didn't I put in a trade of 755 there? Anyway, we've got a couple of trades in here. We can obviously bring this up a little bit now. I'll just bring it up into here until the 76 has been done and dusted at that point. I just want to have a look at CBA just to compare that count here. Okay, right. So let's just go back to the daily chart here just for a moment so we can be on the same page. Okay. Bring this back over. So, our wave 4, and we've got wave 1 and 2, and we're looking for wave 3, 4 and 5. Our target was 110, but we know that it can go higher than that, so we can pull these up a little bit higher here, not to worry too much about that. Could get that trade to break even. That's 3 trades covered costs there with a tidy little profit. And yes, so the 110 is a minor level, so we've got a major level for 100 here, and the first minor level for 110. So then 120 will be the next minor level after that, and then 130 to make up minor group 1. So all these here are sub levels. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 here. With 8, we can also move into group 2 as well. Don't need to do that for the time being. Don't need these guys here. I'll leave that there. So that's kind of where we are in the big. So not really nice, good third wave, and but that seems to be its fingerprint, you know. So when we come back over here, when we go from wave 4 here, going up for 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. So this nice strong third wave here, and we've got this nice strong third wave in here as well for that. So that's where that is. So let's just go back to our tick chart and just see if we can make heads or tails of any of this. So blue wave 4 for reference, then minute and minuet 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2. So we're quite confident about these. I might need to change a few of these little things in here. Let's just rearrange things, clean things up. We don't need that. I think that's the center of the trend, as I said yesterday. So from the beginning here, right up to the end up here, that gap will be the center. So I'll just leave that there. I'll just label this. Also to the bullish weekly cycle may pin us back down for a bit of a negative day here. So yeah, look, I really need to do some work on all of this, but let's just, what we can do, we know we're very clear on 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2. So if this is wave 2 here, let me just bring this out of the way here just to be a little bit surgical about this. Take that wave 2 low, and let's just take it to that current high here at this stage. So that's the 38.2% in here. So that brings us back to 105. So there, that's a nice number. So to get up here higher, we need to keep the stop out of the way. So the red line is our stop. So we'll just continue to stay with that. The other point here too is that we've had a series of 1s and 2s in here, and then and 1s and 2s here, and because that's the center of the trend, now we start having 3s and 4s in here, right? So yeah, I think I'll just leave all of that. I mean, I think what will happen today is Thursday's got a habit of opening higher and then trading down for the day. So probably wave 4 won't come this far down. So just be mindful of the bullish weekly cycle. And this can move up a little bit here. We're not there yet for that. Yeah. I'll just clean these up here. I mean, it's not going to, if you wanted to take profit then, or part profit, then taking some at this level would be sensible, because we're going to burn up time across here at this level in one way or another. Maybe not initially, but a little bit later on, you'll see that we're going to be, because of these 2 wave 4s here, we're going to kind of be stuck in this area here for a little while. So yeah, if you've overtraded and you're sweating it out, then you need to relax by taking some money off the table. Just can't have so many objects on the chart. I'm at my max. I must work out how to be able to have more objects. I must contact them. Right, yeah, so I still haven't done my homework and reconfigured all of these here, but what I can say is that I do feel that that's the center of the trend here. So we could just go, a couple of things we could do here. This is probably not the right way to do it, and it's probably not that sort of accurate, but if we just take that here and then move that and pop that sort of in here. It takes us up to 11.12 at that point. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so I didn't really solve anything here, did I? But still, we're looking for this. Basically, we're looking for this guy here. And I'm just thinking this is 1 and 2 and third wave in here and a fourth and fifth in here. So let's just go back. Let's just check on ANZ while we're here as well. So it's in its like third wave up here. And let's go check on the tick chart, see if we can make heads or tails of that. Sometimes things, jump out and are pretty clear. Okay, so looks like a little bit more there then. Don't need that and that. That looks like that may be finished there, or maybe we need one more little push up for that, and then we need this wave 4 here. So that's a little bit clearer over here, which is nice. So you may need to adjust this. There may be another little high here, but otherwise we could pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or the 38.2% retracement level for there. So we need to leave our stop out of the way, but we can move it up here a little bit just to show a bit of green in your balance sheet. It always makes one happy. So yeah, we're still looking for this over here for that too. So that will probably be a little bit higher, but showing strength, because we're jumped out of the trend channel, and that's a sign that we're in these wave 3s, So that's very good. ANZ's waking up. But yeah, so that's, yeah, no, that's all good, actually. Bit messy down here, but I've done that for a reason, so not to say that it's right. But that could possibly still be over here. It doesn't look like 5 waves here. 5 waves in here. Yeah, I'll have to stay there for the time being. Yeah, I'll have to stay there. So, yeah, look, we're either 1, 2, 3. We're probably there for that, But anyway, I've said my piece on that, so I'll put that there. But that's where it could come back to. So that's all you need to worry about. So you could look at that as a buying opportunity, or just keeping your stop out of the way for the time being on that. So that's all healthy, because the ASX is going to follow the banking sector to the upside. So just coming back here again, I think we're quite close. So probably from here as 1, an A, B, C for 2 here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for third wave, fourth wave. So I think there is a little shot up here, and that would be wave 1 and 2 here, and that would be 3, 4, and 5 here to make a new high, and then we'll have wave 4 at that point. So we could look at here from this top to this top. That could bring us down to this 38.2% retracement level here. So we might just move our stop back over here for that, keep that out of the way. So it is possible, and I could easily have this wrong here. It's a little bit severe, that sort of correction. We just got to, once we know, this wave 4 didn't pull back to its level, so we just got to figure out its footprint, DNA, RNA, whatever it is, who it is, what it is. So that will be over here, probably a bit higher. That will be over here. So we've still got higher to go with all of this. That's the main thing. But it will be a little, the wave 4s can make the whole price distance more time consuming. So be a little bit mindful of that. We'll use these over here. That will be handy. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need these little levels in here. I'll leave that there. What else don't I need? Don't need these. I need more space so I can put more objects on the chart. Okay, so that's that's that. So in the bullish weekly cycle, we just got to be careful about Thursday opening higher and then trading lower for the day. And if it does trade lower for the day, then try to watch it if you're a day trader. If it opens higher and then trades down for the day, it can start to turn late in the afternoon. So look for that. That will be the sign of strength, because that's when you want to start building in the trade, because then we expect Friday to be bullish and Monday to be bullish. Bit of profit taking on the Tuesday, trend resuming. Wednesday's a V-shaped day like this. Thursday opens higher, trades down, and the cycle goes along and everybody gets their pay packet. That's kind of how it goes. So if we can play that with the Elliott wave, and if it doesn't move that way, then the first thing you know is like something's not quite right somewhere. So it makes you double check again anyway. Alrighty, that's all of the finance sector. Let's go and have a look at the resource sector. Just have a look at, I had looked at China a little bit. I'm still within this wave 4 here, but I was looking at this here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. I could be wrong for that, and we could have a low in place, but I'll just give this a shot as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it goes beyond that, then we'll have a low in place. I haven't done a lot of work on this because we don't really put a lot of effort into this as such. In fact, what we can do here is I'll just get rid of that, and there is another medium level in here which will be 1650, bit unusual, but didn't quite get it, so I'll just 16,500. I'm not going to explain it at the moment, but you can see the significance of it. It's a bit unusual, but there you go. So support on the 1650 would create a bullish move at that point, and we can call that in, but otherwise we'll just look for another move down. I haven't had time to pull all this apart, so I've just gone into the guessing game a little bit, but just good to keep an eye on it. And the same with India as well. So, okay, so we're pushing up. So from wave 4 here, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to this. Now, it can move up higher. There could be another whole move here for this to do that. But I'd need to pull all this apart to do that. But we've got this trade, that trade. We've got the cost covered. We're going to take profit at the well, once again, 1650. So you'll see that play out there. I know it's an unusual number, but just hang in there and have a little faith. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Just going to clean these up here. I don't need all of these. I don't know what that is. I'll leave that 10 there for the time being. That will just move it out a bit. Don't need that. Okay, so anyway, our focus is up this end of town. So anyway, that's all going quite good. So not a problem there. And let's go look into the iron ore situation. So iron ore. So yeah, I think there's one more little move down here for this. So looking at this as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave and the fifth wave here for that. On the tick chart, we can go in and have a look at that. So because I have adjusted it in a way, let's just bring in a little bit more data. So yeah, from the B wave top there, up there, way up there, I've counted down as 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. And then looking at it down as from 4 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 5 of 3. So we need an ABC for wave 4 before we have this low here. Now this little move up through here, I counted as an ABC, and you'll be able to see it as well. If we look at that, it doesn't give me 5 waves up. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's corrective. If we look at that as an ABC here, then we can look at that as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't count up as 5 waves. Can we, maybe you could put wave 1 and 2 there, then 3, 4, 5, maybe. Yeah, but what I was sort of thinking here is a bit of on the tick chart it looks pretty big, but this is the 38.2% retracement level at the lower end, and the upper end is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So we can move up to here. I'll just need to give this a little bit more thought. So we could be doing something like this here. I'm not quite sure just yet about that. But the good news is, as I mentioned yesterday, it's going to keep whatever happens here, it's going to keep the iron ore kind of stable for a little while, you know. So that means that when we're looking at, say, the iron ore centric stocks like Fortescue, we're going to see it's pulling back to its 61.8% at $22 roughly. So it's going to be around here, you know, for a while. So we're looking at this as wave 3 here, of course, an A and a B and a C wave here. That would be confirmed when we take out that low here. So still very positive, but I'd kind of look at this as not a sad thing. I look at it as a fantastic opportunity here, you know, to pick up this down here. I mean, this is a good dividend paying stock, and also a great stock with the potential to get up to $30. We just have to go through this larger correction, that's all. And the BHPs of the world. So this is the ADR here, the depository note, New York desk here for this. So once, you know, I don't know if we've got a triangle here or not, but if we get support on the 80, we will be going long at that point, and that brings us back over to our local BHP here, which this is a weekly chart for this one here. I don't know if we're just going to keep sort of moving up here, or we're going to pull back into this. We could look at this as an A wave and a B wave up here and a C wave back again. But if iron ore's going to rally, then we're going to see this move up from that point. So then that trend continues in this space. I know I'm a bit wishy-washy on this. I've got money in this myself, so but I'm not worried about it, because at the end of the day, it's not bearish. If you're trading CFDs, then you've got yourself overnight financing costs and and leverage, and you've got yourself a lot of problems. But if you've got shares, then, you know, the bigger commodity cycle is pointing as much higher. And really, this is just a bit of a classic trading levels pattern at the 50 here. So, you know, we'd have to consider this the first high above the level. There may be one more high here, and then it could come back as well. It doesn't really matter. The trend here is up, and we just need to stay with that, you know, and looks like it's sort of breaching its trend lines here as such. So, yeah, all positive here. I mean, we could have this as wave 4 sitting in here with 1 and 2 and the third wave still building here for this. So hopefully that's the case. And with Rio, it's all really about the 130 here at the moment. We don't know if that supports. So the move down through here, I've checked on this. It does appear, let's just go to the tick chart to have a look at this little move. So down from the top here, we've only got 3 waves so far. I'm calling that in the top because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and not that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. Yes, it can be wave 3 here. So we just need to see how that sort of plays out here. But the important thing here, this 130, this is the top of group 1. And just going to got myself a slightly different design for this now. So we just need that to play out a little bit further. I want to find if this 130, the top of minor group 1, becomes the support in all of this. Okay, so we'll just allow that to play out. And also too, let's just see if we get 5 waves down here or 3 waves down here. Okay, let's move along and have a look at copper. Okay, I was looking at copper. This is just a tick chart here for this. So that gives me, didn't finish this off, a little bit short on time. So that's 1. I wonder if that's all part of that. Looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? I'll have to double check that. I'll just... That looks impulsive going up there as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So, and that's definitely going higher here. So it's like we've got well, we could have this as wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. That's the other thing, you know, but it looks also like, well, we've either got to call this in as wave 1 up here, which I'm a bit reluctant to do, or we need to copy that and we're getting a larger correction over here. Sorry to be. So that would be down here for that. And that would be, it does look corrective as a pullback here. That's my thing here. So some of it I can see, some of it I can't. So that can go there. Bring these out of the way. Let's just see how this plays out here. I mean, the Australian dollar still hasn't quite made its low as well. It's got kind of that sort of weird stuff happening there. So I'm wondering if this all becomes the A wave here. Well, that would be, I don't need that there. I don't need that there. So we've either got that now as wave A or wave 1 and a B wave here and a C wave here for the other B wave, for this B wave over here. It's better. Let's go back to the daily chart here for a moment. Not the daily chart, we want the 4-hour chart we've been working on. Yes, so this is it here. First of all, we could have wave 4 sitting in here. It has pulled back to its 38.2% retracement level. It could pull back further to the wave 4 of one lesser degree. Just see how this sort of plays out here a little bit further. I mean, it always brings me back to the Australian dollar at this point too, but that's also still not giving us any answers here. So wave 3 up here with an ABC. So we know it's corrective. It's not like we're in an impulse wave to the downside. We're definitely in a corrective wave. And we're looking at this as 1 and 2 here, and then all the way down for 3 here with 5 waves in it, wave 4 here, then wave 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. Now also I'm going into the same thing here again as well, because I had this as wave 4 here, right? And that was okay. We could look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for the A wave. And then so an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave there. That makes a nice wave 4. And then I was looking to count 5 waves down here because we need to take that low out here. Well, technically we don't, but we just need 5 waves here. But I don't have 5 waves here. Or do I? Yeah, I could probably get that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Bit of a long shot. Yeah, we could have a low in place, but just we haven't made that low here, so that bothers me a little bit. Could we have this as down for 1 and back for 2, and then down? Is hitting supply over here, so that's possible. Let's just have a little look at that. But on the intraday, on the tick chart, I found it a little bit difficult to count that. You know, even if this was wave 1 here and 2 here, I still don't have 5 waves here. I mean, I can sort of see it here, actually. I can see we've got 1 and 2 here and 3, 4, 5 here. So it could be, but I did look at it on the tick chart. Let's just have a quick look. It won't take too long. I wasn't sure if it was 100 ticks I was looking at or yeah, this will do. We'll just let's just bring in this. So from wave 3 here, we look at this as there was 5 waves up here we counted before, so we can look at this as the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here, then the B wave, and then a little bit of a dodgy 5 here for that, for the C wave here. But this is the interesting bit over here. So well, obviously wave 1 here and 2 here, that's not a problem. We'd need to look at this as the first wave down, the second wave down, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5. So that's pretty clear to me. That's third, and that's the fourth here, and that's the fifth here of the third. So I was looking for the fourth, which, you know, is pulled back 61.8% now. So that's way over here, and that overlaps wave 1 here. I mean, it could be possible But all I'm saying is that this down here is counting as corrective now, as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. We've got 3 waves here, which is still corrective. I mean, that's a pretty strong C wave, so that looks like a wave 3. So we'll just have to wait a little bit. What I was also thinking is that, you know, this correction has just gotten uglier here. So that means that the wave 4 goes from here to here, and the A wave goes to here, and the B wave, copy that, goes here. And then the C wave goes over here for this, and then we go down. I don't know, you know, it's like we haven't taken the low out here, but at the same time, we know that this is corrective because we've got overlapping wave structures here. I could even look at, if we had that as the low, I could go wave 1 here with an A wave here, an ABC for the B wave up here and down for the C wave, but I still don't have I don't have 5 waves down here. So yeah, we're still in a rock and a hard place with this. So unfortunately, we just got to sort of hang in there a bit further. It will become apparent and obvious in hindsight, but we want to catch it before we have to review hindsight. But I can't solve the puzzle just yet. Not in a safe way anyway. Okay, so it's just not safe at this particular point in time. So we want to have a look at crude oil as well. So this is just the tick chart here. So in a nutshell, why we're here, we can just look at this. So we're looking at from wave B here up to wave C of B. We're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And then once we get to wave B, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here for wave C of 4. Now I can go back to the daily chart, and that will all become obvious at that point. Well, how obvious? So we're going for 5 waves up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this B, and then we'll come down for C. So yeah, look, there's nothing to do here, really, just a rock and a hard place. So let's just chill on that for the time being. But that's sort of where we are with that. And what's the other one? Gold. Let's have a look at gold. So we're still working the triangle in gold. Just on the I'll just stay with the tick chart here for the moment. Okay, this is 100 ticks. We counted 5 waves up here yesterday, so we're looking for an ABC back, and that means that after that we'd have another 5 waves up here. So the important thing here is that we've got the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here. Now, I've got 2 sort of things here. We could call that the A wave here and then the B wave here because we're working a larger triangle, and then the C wave up there. Or we can put this over here as the A wave there and the B wave there and the C wave there. But I think that we need to go up to the 1800 because it's the 61.8% at that particular point in time. So, but yeah, just to look at this here. Let's just open this up. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here for that, wave 1 here for that, wave 2 here for that, and wave bit rough and rugged in here, but there's a 1 and 2 in here somewhere with 3rd, 4th and 5th here for an ABC for the 4th, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we could 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll probably call that in as the top there, but I need to check on that a little bit. No drama though, but we'd be looking at some sort of ABC pattern here that can pull back to this wave 4, 1 lesser degree, or the 38.2%, and then we're going to push up from there. We'll look at the bigger picture when we do the gold chart. So 38.2, yeah, so that can pull back to that point there. And then a push up from that point. So let's just call that, and and we'll be up there. So that's all that's going to happen in the next session. Okay, so no biggie. Let's move across. We want to have a look at Newcrest while we're doing that. So Newcrest Mining, which is, where is it? There we go. So yeah, expecting it to come down further here for this. We're looking for 5 waves of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to come down to finish that off. Anything below that 5 wave structure, so let's just remove that and that. Anything below that, then then we've got ourselves a problem. So we're looking for something like this. So anything below this here will be a problem. Okay, so that's as far as we can stretch the situation. Yeah, below that brings us into a much bigger bearish picture at that point. I won't look at the dollar and all of that. I want to get some videos out so I can go get my jab as well. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Cheers.